With the future of the globe on the line, world leaders, including President Biden, have descended on Scotland. The goal? Reach an agreement to stop global warming before it's too late. Washington Bureau reporter Kevin Frey is in Glasgow and joins us now. So, Kevin, what are we hearing today?
Yes, Susan, this is arguably the site of the most consequential climate gathering since 2015 when they put together the Paris Climate Accord. Throughout the course of the day, we've been hearing from international leaders, all with really the same message, which is this doomsday prediction if they do not act. Nonetheless, some of the people that are here, the attendees of this conference, they're growing really impatient. In a busy conference hall, all eyes are on a few TV screens, broadcasting the speeches of global leaders. One of those listening, Jess Vacott, who had a not-so-subtle message for one leader in particular, President Joe Biden, saying it's time to go big in fighting global warming.
My hope and my ambition is that we won't have to look back and say, if this, if that.
Vacott is one of thousands attending this year's climate summit in Scotland. Originally from Ohio, Vacott went to school in Los Angeles and is now a Fulbright scholar in a climate and sustainability program in Potsdam.
We have the finances, we have the power, and if we have the will, we can do it.
The aim of the international gathering is to prevent global warming from exceeding 1.5 degrees Celsius, a critical threshold. Scientists warn that exceeding it would cause calamity. But to do so, countries will have to dramatically scale back greenhouse gas emissions. The Biden White House has committed to cutting emissions in half by the end of the decade, though so far Congress has not approved the hundreds of billions of dollars in spending to help make that happen. Despite stalled efforts back home, Biden on Monday pressed for the international community to act decisively.
Will we do what is necessary? Will we seize the enormous opportunity before us? Or will we condemn future generations to suffer? This is the decade that will determine the answer, this decade.
Watching the president's speech, Vacott says hopefully this summit will apply additional pressure on leaders in Washington.
Presidents and American politics like to act like they're saving the world. They like to act like they have a mission. For once, they can actually have that kind of story to tell and succeed in that if they actually take action.
Now, Susan, one of the big questions as we enter the next few weeks of this climate conference, the last about a week and a half yet, is exactly what will leaders actually agree to? Will nations be able to coalesce around some sort of aggressive action that's sufficient to prevent potential calamity down the road?
Kevin, it seems like everybody agrees that the stakes could not be higher. So what is the feeling at the summit? Are people optimistic, or are they nervous that the goal won't be achieved?
I think nervous is probably the better of the two words. The individual you saw in the piece right there, when I asked them what they think about the potential of some sort of important outcome here, they kind of demurred at my question. Obviously, leaders have been beating this drum throughout the course of the day, including the host, the Prime Minister of the UK, about the import of this moment. And then, of course, this is all coming after the G20 over the weekend, when some climate activists argue that these big, very powerful economic nations just simply didn't go far enough. So you combine all that together, there is a sense of nervousness.
Kevin Frey reporting from Glasgow for us. Thank you so much, Kevin.